Hi, in this part, we talk about the question, how do you structure your learning so you can keep up without feeling overwhelmed? It's a very interesting question because learning is an elementary part of pre-sales. And I would say the most important thing is start with the why. And it's in pre-sales life, but it's also in the learning that you need to define the learning outcomes. Make your mission statement of what I want to learn in the next 4 weeks about this or that topic. Ensure you make it smart. The SMART rule. The practical approach is set some maybe 3 to 4 quarterly themes, meaning, hey, this quarter I'm concentrating on discovery excellence. I'm reading some books about that. I'm doing some courses to have one, let's say, specific time frame for that mentioned. And in the next quarter, you do something different. And let's say, I think another very crucial thing, which I have learned also on the hard way, is you need to protect your learning time. I'm doing time boxing, it's so called, where, and I think most of the cases, the biggest reason why learning fails is because you don't protect your time. So, time boxing again is something where you block really some time just for learning. And I say to my teams that 80% of their time should be on deals, winning new clients, working on opportunities, on the strategy of the opportunity or our accounts. And 20% should be dedicated to learning, practicing, and getting better. So what I do, I block 90 minutes twice a week, protected in my calendar for learning. And I even in the header, it said only overbook if super, super important. Schedule this time during your cognitive peak hours. So typically for most of the people in the morning, maybe between 9 to 11, 9 to 12, however you do that. And what I love to use as well is the Pomodoro technique. There are 2 different techniques on that. One is the Pomodoro, where you always have 25 minutes, 5 minutes break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break, 4 times, and then you have a longer break. Or there is also this 50-10 rule where you say, hey, 50 minutes deep work, 10 minutes for recharging yourself. Treat this time as work on your own career, but also as a real building of knowledge and enhancement to serve better your clients. And never cancel it, just, and make it like, hey, I'm doing it once a month. Make it, nail it down. Then there is another technique I like to use is the micro-learning bursts, which means you spend 10 to 15 minutes segments and you maybe read a concept, you start a chapter in your book, you read that, you maybe explain it in your own words, write your own cheat sheets, or make a handout or something which you can place on your whiteboard. And then use also breaks, okay? Use breaks. You can, in a break, watch a short audio, watch a video, learn something. So you can pair this micro-learning with mini practice. So you learn something new, 10 to 15 minutes, and then you practice it. You record yourself doing a demo with a new concept. And there is some research behind that. It's not just me saying that, which the attention rate drops sharply after 20 minutes. So if you do every time 20 minutes, you make something, small wins, go an extra mile. And for me, for example, I'm an early bird. Every time morning, if it's silent in the house and nobody is there, the kids are sleeping, I have my 1.5, 2 hours time to learn, to adopt new things, to create videos like this. So that's kind of the learning experience you have. Then another thing worth considering is there is this reinforcement and repetitive learning, where you say, hey, you do something and you log maybe some insights you have. And you visit it the same day, then the next day, then 3 days later, and then 1 week later. And it perfectly works with cheat sheets, for example. You read a chapter of a book or the whole book or whatever. You make summaries out of that. Out of the summaries, you make a handout. You always read through that. And in this way, you always remembering that stuff years in advance, in the future. And one other thing I would highly recommend after every demo, analyze the feedback and adjust your approach. It's such a great learning if you go back and go and revalidate with your peers what went good, what went back. And one call out here, it's not my idea, and Natasha Bex gave it to me in our interview. You should ensure that you always block time after a meeting, and that's such a valuable, great idea and tip. And rehearse what was good, what was bad. Ask the team for honest answer, and you should have at least 10 minutes to prepare for the next meeting. So meaning if you have a 2 hours demo, block 30 minutes for a recap, next steps, the golden hours, what to send out to your client, the email, things like that. Then make a break and then jump to the next call. Don't do back-to-back meetings. That's not really a good approach. Then, if you think about content and content building, most of the failures, and I have done a lot of them, is quality over quantity. I was subscribed to so many newsletters, created my own GPTs to give me news every day about various different topics. It's hard. It's super hard. You really need to drown the noise down. New tools, new blogs, enablement decks, all webinars. There is so much. Maybe you just focus on one thing at the time. So maybe, just a quick call out, you can buy the PreSales handbook. You can read through that. Maybe after that, you take the PreSales mastery course or in synchron to read and go through the video courses. Then you have maybe one community you're active in, the PreSales Collective, for example, amazing, plus 50,000 people are there. Always great conversations. And maybe you have one mentor you work with. Look for one where you can learn from each other. Unsubscribe from this filler content. Do one by one and then concentrate on this stuff. Then I would say, which is also a great thing, blend in multiple learning techniques. So it should be a mixed method. It should not be just books. It should not be just audiobooks or videos. Maybe mix it, because we love to have various different senses attracted. So you maybe watch a demo video you have done, maybe once a week. You listen to a podcast, a course audio. Maybe you do a role play. So that's the things, and just to balance it out that you're not overwhelmed. Mix the methods, so to say. And the best thing is always active learning. If you just absorb something, it doesn't stick in your brain. So if you learn how to do discovery and you read a book from Peter Cohen about doing discovery, you maybe then go inside and you try a few of these discoveries. You do some role playing, some self-testing, build a short learning portfolio, do a cheat sheet for that. That's really the things which makes the difference. And the real effective, let's say, communication or learnings or whatever are learned by doing it wrong in a safe space. And then you do it right when it really counts. That's kind of the real crucial thing. And you maybe want to build your personal knowledge management platform. So you maybe use Notion or OneNote. There's no advertisement for that. I'm using, for example, OneNote to gather all my learnings, my captures, and things like that. Put them inside, organize them into maybe different phases: discovery, demo, POC, best practices. Make links inside that you can easily watch a video again if it's something valuable. And you maybe check that. You can even build up your own checklist before going into a discovery to understand, what are the 5 things I need to do. And one call out here in the PreSales handbook, there is also a lot of materials, and you can use also the PreSales handbook GPT, which is almost like your pocket pre-sales partner, where you can also use as a sparring partner about various different things. And then at the end of the day, you need to prevent burnout. There is a learning with limits, okay? You have to learn your lifelong. There is no stop. So don't confuse curiosity with chaos. Don't try to overwhelm you with 10,000 things at the time. One major topic at the time. Weekly reflection on what can I drop, to what can I say no. Celebrate really the small progress. Give you a little hug or do something when you say, hey, I have done this course or whatever. Keep your learning time free. That's super important. And maybe integrate physical activities. It's super good to maybe go out on the treadmill or go out for a walk. And while you're walking, you're listening to a podcast. Pre-sales is really about the balance. You should know when to qualify hard on the opportunities, but also on your life, and when to really rest, when to get your energy back. Super important. So as a quick summary, I know I'm talking a long time to answer one question. It's focus your time, 80-20 rule, 80% opportunities, 20% for learning. Use things like timeboxing, Pomodoro technique, and there are much more. Make micro-learning, something small sessions, every time, 50 minutes in the morning and with splits inside. Reflect, always reflect after you have executed something. Repeat, use a safe space, use peers, use your mentor to train. Curate your content, which you have building, and balance it out, okay? It's not about just keeping up with the change. It's about building a rhythm where change becomes your normal. Every day, 20 minutes is much, much more than in one day in a month. Make it constant. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel. If there is some questions, send it over to me. I'm always happy to make videos about additional questions in pre-sales. Maybe you take the mastery course. There are some links down below as well. And I'm curious about the next question. Thanks and have a nice day.